Be a part of the best pro wrestling podcast today at patreon.com/Steve and Larson. Enjoy tons of bonus videos, including patron-only live shows, gameplay, and vintage 10 for the wins, access to podcast question threads, the Friendo Care Package, and so much more. Support Going In Raw today at patreon.com/Steve and Larson.
Boys and girls, this is the Undisputed Era. Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly.
Hello, Steve. Hello, Larson. It's me, Dexter Loomis, NXT Superstar. So here's my shout out to the Going In Raw podcast. Clever name.
Hey, friendo, Steve here.
And Larson.
And welcome back to Going In Raw, the only pro wrestling podcast you need to be listening to right here at youtube.com/Steve and Larson. Available wherever podcasts can be found. And of course, recorded live here at the Twitch at twitch.tv/Steve and Larson. Tonight is Thursday. It's the best night of the week, Larson, because me and the Enforcer watch us some unsolved mysteries right here. It's a lot of fun. It's a watch along. We give you the link. We all sync up. We got a little time code there at the bottom. It's a blast. So check that out tonight at 9 p.m. Pacific, midnight Eastern. I can't think of a better time than the midnight hour, Larson, to watch some unsolved mysteries.
Solve some mysteries.
And it's not just any episode of Unsolved Mysteries. We're going back to watch the pilot that is hosted not by Robert Stack, but by Raymond Burr Ironside himself, Larson.
Wow.
Yeah, it's fascinating stuff. Anyways, but we're here to talk about professional wrestling. Before we do that, let's talk about our new patrons, Zach Drawl, Glenn Dallas, and Basia Duggan. Thank you very much for your support. You guys get access to Friendo Club TV today on Friendo Club TV. Also available if you're a Twitch sub or YouTube channel member. The all NBA Team 90s, the all 90s Team NBA, Team 9, whatever it is. The best of the 90s versus the best of the aughts are on the court together, Larson.
Yeah.
Oh, you versus me. This is exciting stuff.
Yeah, and we're building up to our league that we're going to do. We're going to build our own franchises. I have notes right here on this sheet of paper that you are not allowed to see.
That's fine.
That's everybody fine. I'm targeting in the draft. If I can build the team how I want to, it's going to be basically it's going to be unbeatable.
You being motivated and engaged, that's all I care about. I don't care if it's wrestling or NBA 2K or whatever. You being excited about something excites me, old friend.
You go. There you go.
Anyways, I'm not sure if I'm excited about this or not, but we're getting Adam Cole versus Pat McAfee at Takeover 30, Larson.
I'm not unexcited about it.
So,
am I expecting much from the match? No, but I think, like McAfee's crap talk last night on NXT was pretty fun.
I read in advance just the bare basics of what happened because, you know, me always getting on Twitter, you see things and you spoil things for yourself. At least I do. And so I didn't know what to expect with this finish, knowing that it was coming and seeing it build and play out in real time. I'll be honest, the segment that was presented to me last night was damn entertaining. I was chuckling throughout the thing. The general idea of these two having a match, I have a hard time getting on board with. However, you know me, I love my NXT.
You do.
And to this point, I see no reason not to give them the benefit of the doubt. And so I'm going to keep an open mind going into TakeOver 30. They might my expectations are pretty dang low. These guys might completely blow us out of the water.
Entirely possible. Adam Cole is capable of putting on good matches with basically anybody that we've seen, but those all have been professional wrestlers. Pat McAfee, accomplished athlete in his own right, not a professional wrestler, so it'll remain to be seen whether Adam Cole can bring him to an interesting match. But if there's a strong story to be told that they could lean on and not have to necessarily dazzle us with in-ring brilliance, if there's a strong story, that could cover up for some lack of technical ability, I dare say. McAfee's a good-sized dude. He's taller than Adam Cole. He's in good shape.
You gotta. I mean, I know it's been a while. Do you recall? Do you know when he retired from the NFL?
I don't think it's been that long.
Oh, really? Okay, less than 5 years.
I don't know about that. I could check though. He's not that old. I don't think. He doesn't look like it, at least.
Yeah. I mean, look, the dude is
he's 33.
Oh my gosh! Wow. You got to be tough as nails to be in the NFL. I don't care if you're a punter, a quarterback, whatever. Like the least rough spot is in the NFL. You still have to be pretty tough.
So he played 7 seasons in the NFL, retired in 2016.
Oh wow, okay, so just 4 years ago. Okay, of course, obviously, professional wrestling is a completely different beast. We've heard the toughest of tough guys. After one day of training in professional wrestling, like, God, this sucks. What's the high bar for any sort of celebrity non-wrestler guy coming in?
Oh,
to
D'Angelo
wrestling?
Williams in Impact, man.
He was like a wrestling prodigy, dude. Man, he was absolutely terrific.
Now, if we're talking people who have no real athletic experience, that I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, that's not there. Yeah, I mean, you're getting into the drudges of like Jay Leno versus Hulk Hogan, which was an absolute travesty.
Kevin Federline.
That was actually not bad.
Yeah, no, it wasn't bad at all.
Federline was actually number one. That dude was he was actually surprisingly good on the mic. He had some camera charisma too. That guy actually probably could have made it. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this. I kind of, part of me wishes that they would have put it on like USA instead. Like, make it the main event of like a special episode of NXT as opposed to Takeover. To me, takeovers are kind of it's sacred. I'm like Imperium when it comes to takeovers.
Considering how potentially heavy the storyline between Keith Lee and Karrion Kross could get, and their match could be pretty intense.
Yeah,
sure. Why not have a bit of a more lighthearted bout to precede it on Takeover?
I wonder, man. They've got Triple H and HBK both, and Adam Cole, all sort of helming this match. This might not be as lighthearted as all that, man.
It's entirely possible. Yeah, I mean, it was Triple H today on ESPN who more or less challenged McAfee on Cole's behalf to this match. So, it's the story's been set up for years. Going back, they mentioned it on NXT last night where there was an NXT show in Indianapolis. McAfee was advertised as making an appearance. Adam Cole kind of talked trash about it. So, going back at least a couple of years, the groundwork has been laid.
Yeah. So, all I have to do is get that dude to just have him gig, and like some blood on Pat McAfee's face. People might, they might turn their heads, but you can't make them look too strong. Adam Cole's gonna beat Pat McAfee. But I mean, in terms of like, Vince came to Vince came to Triple H and was like, hey, you gotta get these ratings up. I don't know if this is the way to do it, but they got a lot of buzz off that Pat McAfee show bit. Maybe it is. Who knows? Who knows? Anyways, otherwise, I thought it was a pretty solid episode of NXT.
Yeah, there was a lot of fun matches.
You had more intrigue, I guess you can call it, in the North American title tournament scene. Dexter Lumis has an ankle injury, so he is out.
Yes.
And in his stead will be, the 4 guys that lost their matches are going to...
The 4 guys who lost but didn't get pinned or submitted.
Okay, yeah.
So whoever didn't actually take the loss is going to be in the second chance or last chance match. There's 2 of them. Sorry, 2 matches, 2 singles matches. Winner of those matches gets the last 2 spots. And there's another triple threat match next week. Grimes, Kushida, and then a mystery participant.
Pat McAfee. So right now we're looking at Finn, John Gargano, and
then Rich Holland.
Oh, and then Rich Holland, that's right. Yeah, who had a pretty impressive showing of his own.
Man, that dude he is built.
He looks like just a shorter version of and a less jacked necessarily version of Brock. Like he like a lot of
thick,
just being thick, and like even his face, he kind of looks like Brock a little bit in the face too, just a little bit.
I mean, I think Holland's like lower body is thicker than Brock's. Like his quads are humongous.
Could be. You know what his offense really reminded me of, dude?
Taz. Caljack, yeah.
We both got Caljack shirts on.
Yeah, I know.
Suplex Cities, yeah.
Yeah, he reminds all the suplexes. Yeah, he reminded me a lot of Taz.
And just throwing people around in general. That's what our boy Caljack does.
Yep.
So anyways, before we get started on this, what do the friendos think about McAfee versus Cole at NXT XXX Triple X. What do you guys think about that? Let us know in the comments below. While you're at it, let's get some more sandwich recipes in our comments, man.
Oh, man. It's been the highlight of my week, looking at people sharing their favorite sandwiches.
Honestly.
Learning about new sandwiches that I had no idea existed.
I love a good sandwich.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, you going to have a sandwich this weekend, dude?
I had a sandwich today for lunch.
Whoa! Oh, it's lunchtime already? It's 12:37. Look at that.
Yeah, I usually eat lunch before I do this, so I'm not like sitting here hungry or trying to record a show.
So good.
So
NXT, yeah. And I had some Kodiak cakes. I had some Zodiac cakes this morning.
I might make some Kodiak cakes for dinner tonight.
There you go.
With banana and blueberry.
NXT kicked off with Rhea Ripley versus Dakota Kai.
Really good match.
Yeah, super good match. Dakota Kai, they're booking her pretty strong, man, but Rhea was in control for much of this match. She had that, what do you call it thing? She basically just dumped Rhea Ripley. The electric chair, yeah, the drop.
Man, the one she did on the apron, that looked rough.
That looked rough. She came down with force on that one.
On her face, too. That looked nasty.
She did it again in the ring, got two. Kai was screaming at Rhea Ripley, I'm the #1 contender, but then Rhea just sort of popped her up, dropped her. Rhea goes for a Riptide. It was countered with a really nasty looking DDT. Dakota Kai got two on that one. A big boot from Rhea into her submission. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. I got the Steve.
Oh, that's the reverse cloverleaf that she does.
Oh, yeah. She did the big boot, into the submission. And then that was countered into Rhea Ripley being tossed into the turnbuckle. Kai hit that the big corner kick she does.
Face wash.
The face wash, but that sent Rhea to the apron, and then they both went up top, but the ref got distracted by Kai when she went down. Mercedes Martinez runs up to the apron, kicks Rhea. That allows Dakota Kai to hit sort of a draping GT kick. Go to kick for the win.
The ref totally should have seen Mercedes Martinez come up on the
apron.
apron.
My God. He had no peripheral vision, man.
They should have not shown the replay of that at all. When it happened in real time, I didn't really notice it. When they showed the replay, it was like plainly in his field of view.
It was just so right there. It was so right there.
Like, I felt like she got the apron. He had to do this.
There should have been a little bit better storytelling with, like, Kai, like, distracting him a bit more. Like, just keep your, I don't know. Anyways, after that, after the match, of course, Mercedes Martinez attacked Rhea Ripley.
Yeah, hits her with the air raid crash.
Yeah, I like that, though. I was like, I didn't see that one coming, because Robert Stone Brand is targeting. She's the targeted.
So next Undisputed Era, they show up at Full Sail. Man, Adam Cole was wearing an awesome suit. It was maroon.
They all look so dapper.
Oh, man. That suit was amazing. Amazing.
After that, Bronson Reed took on your favorite wrestler, maybe ever, Shane Thorne.
I like Shane Thorne. Dude's got a ton of skill, man. He can rock the jeans and no shirt look.
It's not easy to do that. There's two people I know of maybe on this planet that can do that. John Morrison
and John Morrison, yeah.
And Shane Thorne, yeah.
Yeah,
so
man.
this is the Mighty Don't Kneel reunion of sorts.
Yeah. Yep.
And this match, I thought this match was a freaking killer, man. Again, this was like, like you like the enhancement matches that
where
aren't
both
like
parties look good.
Where everybody looks good. Shane Thorne in that suicide dive where he just basically like turned into it.
Style one, yeah.
I love it. I love that, man. Guys are out there revolutionizing the suicide dive.
Yeah.
That's
you got
good
Phoenix.
stuff.
You got Darby Allin doing it over on AEW. Shane Thorne doing it here on NXT where it's like suicide dive and essentially shoulder tackle. It's great.
I love it. It's great. Obviously, Bronson Reed, big, thick boy. I like his logo. I don't know if that's a new logo or not, but it just looks better. Looks like a really good. It was just on the Tron on the sides. It's like, that's some good design right there.
I guess I didn't notice it.
It looked fairly modern. We had a great, let's see here. Big suicide, full Nelson slam on the apron. That looked pretty nasty. He goes on top. Thorne meets him up there. Did he throw him off? I don't know if he threw him off. But anyways, my Steve notes are so
maybe
sparse.
He threw him off. Maybe he didn't.
I had Alabama this morning asked me for cereal. We didn't have any cereal. Or he had some like unicorn stuff that she bought because the box looked great. But, she don't like it. So I was like, you want some Zodiac cakes? And she's like, yeah, give me some Zodiac cakes.
Did you put anything into the Zodiac cakes?
I couldn't find the cinnamon, but I put some vanilla extract, dude.
Yeah,
I got that from you, man. I got that from you. That was a good idea.
That's the way to go, man. To get the vanilla extract, the cinnamon in there at the minimum. I'm telling you, mash up some banana and put in there. Oh,
Yeah,
so good.
I don't need all that. I don't need all that.
So good. It's so good.
Maybe one day I'll try it.
They're moist enough you don't even need syrup, man.
Oh, yeah. I just did a little bit, just dunk a little bit of syrup.
Yeah, I mean, if you want it for the extra flavor, I'm saying from a moisture standpoint, you get a good ripe banana in there, you don't even need it. Anyways, Bronson Reed won this match. Hits a Death Valley driver, top rope splash for the win. Still a hell of a showing from Shane Thorne. He's got a good looking, his cannonball is one of the best in the business. He gets so much air in that. He's got a great shining wizard. If they can develop a character for him that he's comfortable with and he could show some personality, dude's got tons of skill.
You know, dude, why don't you just look? Bronson Reed is great and he's wonderful as a face. Turn him heel. Turn him heel. Put him with Shane Thorne and one other guy. Who else was in the Mighty Don't Kneels? Anybody else from the Mighty Don't Kneel?
Nick Miller was, but then he left.
He ain't there anymore.
Yeah.
Let's see, because they have like a whole bunch of it. Let's see if there's anybody else that's in WWE right now. Let's see here. I don't know any of these people. I don't know any of these people here.
All right.
Oh, no. Oh, Brendan Vink. Brendan Vink.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. There you go. Could you imagine that trio if you actually book him pretty, like, good?
Why don't they have Vink and Thorne tag team in NXT? On a regular basis.
I don't know. I read somewhere, man, God, I don't know where this is from. I read somewhere that Vince really seems to like Brendan Vink.
I saw that too.
Maybe they're just holding off
on he's
like
on TV.
Making it give him like maybe he's going to be part of Retribution.
Could be.
Maybe. I don't know. Anyways.
Could be.
Yeah, that was solid stuff. Let's see here. What else?
After that, we had Breezango. They arrive at Full Sail. Legado del Fantasma pull up in their SUV. Behind them, attack. They beat up Tyler Breeze. Leave him laying. Fandango gets beat up, gets put in the car. They drive off. Man, it's a night of great suits. That blazer on Phantasma, gold and black. It's like gold foil.
Oh, man.
Man.
That was a thing of beauty. I couldn't stop looking at that. Why did Morrow completely no-sell this kidnapping, by the way?
Like, I don't know. Maybe he was transfixed by that blazer.
I was. Yeah, it was beautiful. But they show this, and then Morrow's like, and then earlier today, Robert Stonebrand. I'm like, a man just got kidnapped. Anyways.
That's a great blazer, though.
It's a really great blazer. Robert Stonebrand was walking around, cock of the walk, top of the world, and Mackenzie asks, hey, why did you interrupt Rhea Ripley's match? Apparently Mackenzie hadn't seen when Rhea Ripley had multiple times dumped Robert Stone literally into garbage.
Yeah.
And he said, well, she might be done with Robert Stonebrand, but Robert Stonebrand, we're not done with her.
Correct.
After that, we had North American triple threat action. Damien Priest.
I can't wait to talk about his promo later on.
I love it.
Interview.
I love it. I can't wait.
Damien Priest versus Oni Lorcan versus Ridge Holland. Strong showing from Ridge Holland. I missed his work in NXT UK. I haven't really seen much. Dude's thick. He's jacked.
I wonder how far he threw Jack Stars. Probably,
I would assume across the ring,
corner to corner, right?
I would assume, yeah.
Yeah.
Because man, he is. He's built like a powerhouse, and that's kind of his moveset. Like I said, it reminds me a lot of Taz in terms of all the suplexes and throws. Cal Jack's a good reference point, too, in terms of his in-ring style. Strong showing from him. This was a fun match. They didn't keep it too long. Oni got a lot of offense in. When he's on a roll, he moves so fast, keeps you interested. No point in this really ever slow down. And then Damien Priest found a way to get the win. Choke slams Ridge Holland. And then hits Oni with the Reckoning to get the win. So
thought it was super solid match. They followed that with another really good match. Cameron Grimes. It's Grimes time versus Keith Lee. Keith Lee was in no mood for shenanigans tonight. Woo, man.
He was grumpy.
Of course, the guy, yeah, he was. Cameron Grimes, of course, his middle name is Shenanigans. And so yeah, he was trying to pick away at Lee, but Lee, he was having none of it. They book Cameron Grimes pretty strong, but he was no match for Lee tonight. He ate 2 fun splashes. He was able to evade a spirit bomb relatively early, and he countered a Big Bang catastrophe with a roll up, and he tried to do the cheating pin with his feet on the ropes. Didn't work. Grimes hits his collision course, which with Keith Lee is super impressive.
I know.
Gets 2 on that one. He goes for a cave-in, but Lee counters, gives him this big double chop, sending Grimes to the ground. Spirit bomb later. Keith Lee gets a 3 count.
Yeah, fun match. Do we talk about?
So after that,
let's
the
go
lights,
down.
Yeah.
Single spotlight on Keith Lee. Scarlett's talking, and then on the Tron, Karrion Kross shows up, and he goes, "I haven't seen Regal once since I've signed here. You're the guy that can make things happen, and you haven't. So we're gonna do this the hard way." The camera pulls back, and he says, "This is all on you." And the backstage area is all tore up. His shirt's tore off. Poor Oni's laid out back there.
He had somebody. Who did he have in the? He had somebody. Yeah, I couldn't tell either. But he was frothing at the mouth, and then he just sort of drops him before I could tell who it was. But he's literally murdered like 5 people in like the backstage area. I thought that was a pretty effective reveal, to be honest with you. It was kind of cool seeing all.
I like how they photograph his promos where it's just his eyes.
Yeah, I know. Me too. That's what made this reveal like extra like cool. It's like usually we're just used to that, and then you see the destruction that he's laid out.
Yeah,
I thought it was pretty cool. Yeah.
Next, William Regal gives an update on the North American ladder match at Takeover, specifically Dexter Lumis. He's out because ankle injury, and that's when they announced in 2 weeks there will be 2 last chance matches between the 4 guys who weren't pinned or submitted in their respective qualifiers. So you got John Gargano, Finn Balor, Ridge Holland, and whoever it loses but isn't pinned in their match next week. I'm assuming that's probably going to be Kushida. I feel like Cameron Grimes is going to win the match. Kushida's not taking that pin, so it'll be Kushida, Holland, Balor, and Gargano. It's pretty solid field. 2 of those guys heading to Takeover.
Man, once Cameron Grimes wins that North American Championship, I really want him just to immediately target Keith Lee. Because that would be so him. Like he gets North American Championship, he's like, "I'm going to the moon," and he just tries to like bat for the title just above him instead of like taking on other competitors in that division.
You just looking past them already.
Exactly. After that, we had Legado del Fantasma dragging poor Fandango in. At one point, I did hear the word perro, which is of course called him a dog. And he says he gets on the mic with that amazing, and I was trying to understand what he was saying. He's speaking perfect English, but that blazer, it was so distractingly awesome. But I was able to write down some notes here. He comes out and says, every week we come out here and explain why lucha libre culture is important. It's art, not a gimmick. And then right here I've written in my notes, God, his jacket is pure gold. But he says, unfortunately, people like Breezango exist. And I'll be honest with you, I'm kind of on board with his point here on this one, dude. He says every week they play dress up. At the Bash, they mocked lucha culture. And then they like throw him over the barricade into the ring side area. And they get into the ring. And I think they were about to murder him or something. But Tyler Breeze came in. And then they grab him. Oh, dude, that Raul Mendoza kick to his face looked brutal.
Man, yeah. And then Phantasma after the beatdown says, anybody back there that can hear my voice? Swerve Scott, if you speak my name again, this will be your future.
Yep, pretty nasty stuff.
They've done a pretty good job, matter of a month and a half, of building up Legado del Fantasma being this really cool, threatening faction.
Man, they are something to watch. Like, you can't take your eyes off these guys. Like, it was the smartest thing to take that dude's mask off his face. That's always the funny thing, man, isn't it? Like, whenever a luchador unmasks, why is it, like, the most beautiful thing in the world? You think of Dr. Wagner Jr., like, when we saw his unmasking, oh, my God, it was like, you look like a god. Humberto Carrillo, when he shows up without a mask, amazing. Angel Garza without a mask, beautiful. All these beautiful luchadors being hidden by these masks, man.
Andrade?
Oh, Andrade? What is going on? Anyways.
Oh gosh, yes. So
right.
we get a quick Undisputed Era video.
You go ahead with this one, Larson.
So we got a Damien Priest interview, and he's like, well, I talked about this. Hey,
he's outside near his car.
Yeah, he's got sunglasses on, right? He's got
It's at night.
Yeah, he's got sunglasses on. Again, he seems distracted.
Yeah, always.
Like he's looking around at something else. So it's no secret. Been after this championship for a while, and now the time's come. Come Takeover. The reign of infamy begins.
Okay, well, what do you think about Dexter Lumis's ankle injury, Damien?
Yeah, it sucks to be him. We all know the risks. You get into this business.
Hey, mate. Hey, mate. Oi. Looks like you and I are going to have a rumble there for the North American Championship. Piss off, Ghost.
So I want you to get those aspirations out of your head that you got for being champion.
Oh.
Fluke isn't going to happen again.
All right. Well, I don't agree with that. Why don't we have a match?
Anytime.
That was a terrible. I'm sorry to our Australian friendos out there. I apologize. I know I get so much flack for my terrible butchering of the Australian accent.
It's for once, I like Damien Priest. Like, just focus on your promo. He seems so distracted all the time.
He's always dude. He sounds like he always seems like he's on the verge of forgetting his line. Mm-hmm. Like when he went over to Jonah Rock, he does this first, like with the hand movements. He goes, I gotta tell you something now.
Get those aspirations out of your head.
Yeah.
He's my favorite promo guy in WWE right now. Damien Priest is.
I agree because it's always like, what is going on in your head? Can't stop thinking about that donut from that bearded man that I turned down one time
3 years ago. It haunts me.
It haunts me. Hey, can you plug out and plug back in? So at that point, we see Pat McAfee. He's there at Full Sail. He is back in the good graces.
So he says.
The bridges have been mended. Feelings, they're moving past all that stuff. Apologies have been made, et cetera, et cetera. So he's on commentary throughout the rest of the show, which builds to the finish. But before we get there, we got Tegan Nox versus Indi Hartwell in an enhancement match for Tegan Nox. Indi, full of herself, saying, I beat Shotzi Blackheart, right? She says, you're not great. You're not that impressive. And then bang, eats a headbutt.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, I'll be like, most of this match was sort of overshadowed by the Pat McAfee story.
Yeah,
because he was
talking the whole time.
He was talking the entire time. And Beth Phoenix actually had a really good question to kick things off. She says, "Hey, being a former NFL, and they're really starting to play up. They're starting. Okay, hey, Pat McAfee, he's not a chump. Like, he was in the NFL. How did you deal with pressure situations? Of course, being self-deprecating." He says, "Well, I had a certain level of stupidity that kept me from understanding the pressure of the situation, and it worked for me really, really well." So Tom Phillips starts to bring up the Adam Cole stuff, and Pat McAfee's getting a little bit defensive, saying, "Hey, that's sort of a gotcha question." And he says, "All that stuff is behind me." But they, by the way, Tegan Nox finishes Indi Hartwell pretty easily. Yeah. But getting back to Pat McAfee, which is what NXT wants us to concentrate on.
Exactly.
He starts to take, there's maybe one or two slights at Cole during this match, but that kicks into full gear.
Event, man. Oh,
endless. Now this was great because it's a tag title match, Imperium versus Undisputed Era.
Yeah.
And of course, Adam Cole comes out with the Undisputed Era, as does Roderick Strong. But Adam Cole is situated ringside, and he's less than 20 feet away from Pat McAfee. There's not a big crowd there or anything. So Pat McAfee is just all of a sudden can't help himself with the small jokes at Adam Cole. And eventually he just says, looking at him now, he's 20 feet away. He's got the body of a child and the giant head.
Well, he tried to turn around. I think it was his last question about his Adam Cole's intelligence, because he says, he's got a child's body, a huge head, so he's probably got a large brain up there.
Yeah, and you see Adam Cole go
like that.
Yeah.
And from that moment on, he's completely distracted.
Yeah, exactly.
Just keep staring over there, looking over.
Right.
And so towards the finish, Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish gets worked over quite a bit by him. Imperium has control of this match 90% of the time.
Yeah, they do, but Kyle O'Reilly he's got some moments. That dude looks so happy.
Oh, when
he
got that hot tag, man, that double dragon screw leg whip spot on Imperium where he gave one to one guy and in turn gave I think it was Eichner to Bartel.
Yeah.
He had a series, and doing one dragon screw gave the other guy one, and then the one in the corner on Bartel was great. He was working over Bartel's leg.
He looks so excited to be back in that ring.
Yeah. So he puts a heel hook on Bartel. Eichner breaks that up with a double springboard moonsault, and that's when Cole's enough. He goes over the commentary. He tells McAfee that he's acting stupid.
He said, I'm less than 20 feet away. I can hear everything you're saying.
You're acting stupid. No part of this is fun.
Yeah.
Because McAfee's I'm just trying to have some fun. This is little friendly jokes. Mm-hmm. And Adam Cole says, I'm not asking. I'm telling you, chill out. and McAfee says something to him. Cole throws water, dares Pat to do something about it. You get refs out there, Triple H, HBK, they're all trying to break it up. And of course, Undisputed Era, they're completely distracted by what's going on. Imperium hit European Bomb for the win. And then Cole starts yelling at McAfee that it's his fault the Undisputed Era lost. McAfee walks away, goes, nah, turns around, walks back towards him and tells Cole, hey, nothing is going to change. For the rest of your life, you're going to be an itty-bitty, short little bitch. And
Cole goes ballistic.
Leaps over the announce table. He's being held back by Shawn Michaels, and Pat McAfee punts him in the head.
Yeah, it was honestly, it was the perfect setup for, number one, Pat McAfee. Like, it's not like this is Sam Roberts, somebody who's going to, like, probably, you would think, not want to engage at all. Pat McAfee is from the NFL. He's a punter. And so when Adam Cole is being held back by everybody, but in perfect position, strewn across the announce table, like, it's just the perfect opening for Pat McAfee to do what he knows he can do, and what we all know he can do is punt him in the head. Yeah. So he does, and Adam Cole is completely out. Pat McAfee leaves, and HBK's left saying, can we get a doctor over here?
Yeah. All
gruff and grizzled.
And I like that McAfee, as he was leaving, is like, yeah, really unprofessional place you run here.
Yeah. So it was, I was thoroughly entertained.
Yeah, it was fun.
I'm looking forward to seeing where this is going. Again, I give NXT the benefit of the doubt. I think they're going to defy perhaps expectations. This might be goofy. So let's go ahead and answer some questions. I seen none on the Discord.
Oh wow!
So maybe there's one here in the Twitch chat from Dr. Steve Winters, because I know he's a big proponent of the Discord. But I will go to the Patreon and see what we have over there.
I'll peruse the questions here on Twitch.
All right. Let's see here. James Rodriguez says, how disappointed are you that Cole didn't drop a bleeped F-bomb when he was yelling at McAfee at the end? It would have been on brand. I would have. Yeah.
It would have. He did say he was going to kill him. I forgot to mention that. He did say, I'm going to kill you to Pat McAfee. Nate asked, with Kushida returning next week for the first time since the Cruiserweight tournament, he's not expected to win, so what's next for him? Could he be the one to take the title off Santos? I have no idea what they're doing with Kushida. There seems to be no plan in place for him.
He lives in Florida, so like he could totally be there or on. Boy, they just need to send him to SmackDown. How great would that be? Have him, because him and Gulak had a match when he first arrived. They had like a series, didn't they? Yeah.
Daniel Bryan wants to wrestle Kushida.
Revisit that. Go to Daniel Bryan, Matt Riddle, dude. Any number of people. AJ Styles.
I know.
Send him to SmackDown. SmackDown's got such a great roster.
This is a good question here from Gareth Nichols. Morrow casually mentioned that Damian Priest's father fought Chuck Norris. Why does he not mention this in his promos? I don't know. What a great
addition to the lore of Damian Priest.
What if his gimmick was like Chuck Norris facts through the prism of his own father?
There you go. That's good. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Let's see here. Blake Esta. As a fan of the Pat McAfee show and knowing he has his own ring and that he has been training for the last couple of months, but nobody really knowing why, I'm totally into this angle and think Adam Cole, they could potentially deliver the best wrestler versus celebrity match we've seen in a long time, if not ever. What do you guys think? I didn't know any of that stuff, but that's not shocking, man. This is TakeOver. This is no joke. I don't think they're going to do a celebrity match just to put eyeballs on there if they can't deliver. Jorge D mentions this in chat, and I'm happy he did because I failed to mention during the recap that at one point Beth Phoenix got so tired of Pat McAfee's trash talk that she goes, I'm not cool with this. I'm out of here. She said leave session. Yeah. Wolfpack for life. Do you think Vince loves Cameron Grimes because he could do a southern accent? Yes. Hey, it's going to get him in good with Vince. Yep, Fear and Loathing. At no point did Keith Lee indicate he was going to give Killian Cross a match, so why did Cross say, I guess you want to do things the hard way? Last week, Keith Lee said, name the time and place, I'll do it. It was Regal who told Cross that he had to earn the opportunity. He just can't be granted one. Yeah, and now he's in a spot. He's like, well, I haven't seen Regal just beyond his Matt Chat questions, so now I have to start literally killing people. Gregory Faella Since Adam Cole is with the Undisputed Era, what 3 NFL players or ex-NFL players should join Pat McAfee if they had a War Games match?
That's great. D'Angelo Williams.
Oh, yeah. Terrific. Moose! Moose!
Yeah.
Bring Moose over.
And trying to think of other football players who have. There's got to be some. There's a
Mongo!
Mongo
McMichael!
I was going to say there's other former NFL players at the Performance Center.
No, Gareth is saying Gronk.
Oh yeah, there you go. Jorge D. If Triple H came to you guys to do your own Pat McAfee angle, why would it be Larson versus Priest? How would the interview starting the feud go? So I'd be interviewing him, and he'd be obviously distracted. I'd be like, "What are you looking at?
Yeah.
Focus on me. I'm talking to you."
Wow.
What are you
Strong
looking at?
words.
What's going on there? What's going on over there?
I would think that you'd rib him about the donuts.
I would get to that.
Okay, so that's the
What,
next
you think about the
level.
donut I offered you years ago that you didn't take?
Yeah.
Having
Oh my
regrets
God! Wow.
about that?
Dude, breaking AEW cracked 900,000.
Wow.
NXT was 753.
Well, that's good for both shows.
9. That's awesome.
Yeah, they haven't been that high in a long time.
No kidding. Wow. I'm telling you, man. AEW is going to match Raw by the end of the year. I'm telling you, that's going to happen.
Woken Shadow, how does one join the Discord?
Yeah. If you're a Twitter, I can send the link out. Generally speaking, if people ask me for the link, if you're a Twitch sub, a YouTube channel member, or a patron, I send the link out. I got to start doing that on a weekly basis. I start doing a weekly newsletter, man, with the Steve notes and links and stuff.
That'd be fun.
Yeah.
Mr. Forbesy, other than wrestling, what other type of quiz do you think you do best in?
What kind of quiz? Oh, it's like a Star Trek quiz show.
I'd probably do pretty good in music and maybe movie still, but
yeah, I would be really. I have to watch some of the Schmodown and see. Okay, how would I do here?
Yeah, how obscure they get with their questions.
Yeah.
Dang MQ, Pat's wrestling debut should be better than Gronk. Hopefully. Yeah, it should be.
Oh, I have no doubt that it will be. I have no doubt about that one. Nightbot? What is Nightbot doing in chat? That was weird.
Yeah, that is weird.
Oh, Dead Vinny was trying to activate Nightbot.
Oh.
Andrew Jocelyn, Steve, you could have Johnny Swinger in an NXT feud. Who would be his young boy? He says, I think I know your answer. Who would be his young boy? I don't know. I mean, the fact that Andrew Jocelyn thinks he knows the answer makes me now wonder what the hell my answer is supposed to be.
Well, who would qualify as the young boy in Impact?
Crazy Steve is his young boy.
All right.
Crazy Steve doesn't really know that, but Johnny Swinger seems to.
This is all Wrestling House stuff, right?
This is all Wrestle House, yeah.
Wrestle House, sorry. Yeah, Wrestle House.
Well, no, hey, it's okay because Josh Matthews on the Impact broadcast at one point called it Wrestling House as well. And he's their lead commentator. Everybody's saying Grimes, but Grimes would not be a suitable young boy for
Austin says, Pat saying Mamma Mia when Morrow came in cracked him up. Because, at one point, Morrow was like, I'm kind of tired of this crap talk, too. And then, Pat goes, oh, Mamma Mia. That's pretty great. McAfee's good at the trash talk, man.
He's funny, dude. He's a fun. I remember when I first saw him, I was like, I am not into this guy, but he's funny.
Kind of annoying at first, yeah.
Yeah. Night by night, given the public reputation. I'm sorry, I'm invading your Twitch here.
That's fine.
Given the public reputations of punters, I don't know what the public reputation of punters is.
Well, I mean, they're generally, like your average football player is out there making tackles get hit on a regular basis.
Okay, yeah, sure.
Punters and kickers, not so much.
Okay. Sure. What other unlikely athletes would you like to see in a wrestling match?
Like a curler.
Okay,
an Olympic curler.
I was thinking what like I mean, I guess what would be there is really no equivalent, at least in basketball, to a punter necessarily. I mean, everybody on the court, I mean, they all have their positions, but Like in baseball, you're more of a baseball guy. Is there somebody like a punter who really isn't too involved in the action?
There really isn't in baseball something as specialized as a punter, maybe like a pinch runner, who's someone that's on the bench that exclusively comes in the game later in the contest to pinch run for a slower runner to try to get a tying or go ahead run.
Oh wow! Wait a second, Austin. I didn't even know this. He said you have to watch McAfee's interview with Damien Priest.
Whoa!
Oh, that's got to be one for the ages. Let's see here. Moses Supposes asks, what two singles wrestlers would you put together to bolster the tag team division?
Brendan Vink and Shane Thorne.
Yeah.
And then Bronson Reed, too.
And then put him with Bronson, yeah. Let's see here. Jordan
Jimmy Thomas says, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Jordan Thomas first says, how tall is Adam Cole? I Googled his height and it said it was 6 feet, which isn't really that short.
Pat McAfee is 6'1", and he's a good inch and a half taller than Adam Cole. Adam Cole's probably at my height, 5'11".
Adam Cole is shorter than you.
Oh, he is? Okay.
He's, I would say, probably 5'10".
All right.
Probably. Because you're 5'11", right?
Yeah, I'm like 5'10 and a half, 5'11", yeah.
He might be like 5'9". He's because I'm 6 feet, and he's shorter than I am. Mm-hmm. And when I'm standing next to you, you're not noticeably shorter than me. You're by like an inch, which is not that much. Mm-hmm. He is shorter than me. Like, it's noticeable.
Jimmy Thomas is asked about, what about knuckleballers? That's a very specific skill, but especially if you're a starting pitcher, granted baseball is somewhat different now, the expectation is you're in there for like 5 innings, which is a good portion of the game. It's more than half the game. Punters are in there for a very specific thing at a very specific point in the game. Mm-hmm. And otherwise, they're not utilized. Mm-hmm. So I guess if you want to talk of like a lefty specialist out of the bullpen who's in the face one batter, that could be comparable, I suppose.
Mm-hmm. Let's see here. We have all seen... Sorry, this is Jordan Snipes. We've all seen disastrous examples of promising NXT talent getting called up to main and being misused. Who's the one talent that you think Triple H would be most furious with Vince over if the same happened to them?
Adam Cole, right now.
Right now, it's Adam Cole. Yeah. I think that had Finn Balor been given the Bobby Roode treatment...
Oh, he would have been livid.
I think that would have been the biggest thing, because it's obvious that Finn Balor, Kevin Owens, and Adam Cole are all kind of the three guys. I'm not sure who he's highest on most, because he's so high in all three of those guys.
Yeah.
But then Vince seems to love Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Vince seems to love Kevin Owens. James Fletcher, who is your personal favorite wrestler in NXT and AEW who has no chance of a title at the moment? He says, I'm sorry, at the moment AEW is Colt Cabana for him. My favorite wrestler in NXT who has no shot at a title right now is probably... Well, I'm going to take Adam Cole out of it because he already had a title. Mm-hmm.
Might be Finn Balor. He's not one to build anytime soon.
I would take him out of it too, because he's been this. So somebody who hasn't had the championship,
never won anything, and doesn't look like they're going to.
Because I'd also say like Rhea Ripley, but she was the champion. Rhea Ripley's still a really weird case.
I know. Unless they're really doing the thing where she reached kind of the pinnacle, with having the match against Charlotte Mania and has fallen so far now she has to climb her way back. But I don't really even feel like from her character's perspective that's what's happening,
I think that, dude, I really think that Charlotte's the stuff with her implants, that might have thrown that particular plan for a loop. If you think about it, like if Triple H, what he was saying was true, was find out in a couple months where the story's going to go. Mm-hmm. And then after that, Charlotte was like, hey, we have a problem. I have a health issue that I need to get taken care of. Mm-hmm. That might have thrown everything for a loop.
Could be. I'll say Candice LeRae. She's not getting anywhere near the women's title anytime soon.
That's a good answer. As far as
AEW, I mean, Darby's up there.
Oh, it's Darby. And I actually thought that we were going to see something. I thought we were going to see Brian Cage last night at the end of that match. And I could see Darby taking that FTW title off him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's got to be Darby.
But yeah, otherwise, for sure, it's Darby. Darby's like probably one of my top 5 guys in wrestling right now.
Darby or Pac.
Oh, yeah, Pac.
Or Pentagon Jr. because, I don't know what they're doing with the Lucha Brothers.
In NXT, dude, I don't know why I'm coming up short right now in NXT. Probably what Gargano's been doing lately. Gargano's been so I've really enjoyed his little heel run here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Shotzi. Shotzi's a great answer.
Oh, she's great.
Yeah, she's terrific. Let's see here. Patrick Sparks. Is this going to be a Pat McAfee on a pole match?
If that were the case, it would just go on forever. It'd never end.
Did you see this? Patrick Sparks also brings this up. Thoughts on Hugo Savinovich saying on commentary that Karrion Kross was once an actual hired mercenary / hitman for the Mafia.
I did not hear that.
I guess he's adding to the backstory.
Wow.
Saying that he was legitimately like a hitman.
Wow. Wow.
Logan Finsterbush. When Io and Rhea get moved to Raw or SmackDown, does a single woman move in to dominate like the previous, or do we get a mix of title reigns, possibly between Nox, Kai, and Candice LeRae? I'm kind of curious to know what they're going to do with Raquel Gonzalez.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they mentioned her name tonight?
They did.
Or last night?
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious to see what's going to happen with that. And then I've got Imposter Naked Midian here with a question. Pandemic aside, do you think WWE should keep the hockey boards in the audience once the crowds come back?
Yeah, I love them. I absolutely love them. I love when people get thrown into them. It's great. They won't because they want that level of proximity for the fans when they return. But 100%, I think they should. I think it's awesome. I think they've utilized them pretty well in terms of incorporating them into matches, and I'd hate to see that go.
I am torn on it because I see your point and I agree with it. At the same time, I do think there is something about the intimacy between the crowd.
Totally.
And for example, like with AEW, I think it'd be diminished if AEW put up hockey boards like that.
Yeah, I kind of expect that to a certain degree from WWE since they're such a larger corporate entity.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know. There's also the noise-making opportunity for fans, as we've seen with people in the Performance Center, where they bang on the boards, and that creates a more lively atmosphere.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I think that I'm like I said, I see it both ways. I like both things.
Yeah, I don't think they will, but I'd be excited if they did.
Yeah, I doubt they would. I'd put it this way: it'd be open to them trying it.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be open to them saying, "Okay, let's see what this is like when you have a full house."
I mean, it's one thing to get tossed into the barricade, you hear that thump.
Mm-hmm.
But we get tossed into the glass there, and you hear the psh, and it reverberates and shaking and stuff. That's awesome.
Yeah, and the crowd banging on it, I think is great.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Dr. Steve Winters, what other sports stars, past or present, would you like to see as a guest wrestler?
Other sports stars, I mean, if LeBron decided to get in the wrestling ring, that'd be awesome.
That'd be pretty special. He'd look amazing too. He'd be like one of the tallest guys.
Mm-hmm.
What is he, 6'8"?
Yeah.
Jeez.
About 230 pounds.
Oh, yeah. He's great. And then we'll do this Alex Foster one. At this point, how many teams should be in a Dusty Classic? If NXT still has tag teams by then.
4.
Yeah, 4.
2-round tournament.
A one-night special.
There you go.
A 1-hour special event.
I know.
There you go. And then, finally here, Ed Fries says, it's either freeze or fries, Steve. Do you want to think of me as French fries or Arnold as Mr. Freeze? There's got to be an answer, Ed.
Yeah, yeah.
What is it at like the DMV? What is the IRS? How do you say it if the IRS
if you have
calls?
A preference, how you want your last name pronounced? By all means, please tell us. We will adopt it.
Anyways, that's it for the show. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Appreciate it. Tonight we got Unsolved Mysteries right here at twitch.tv/Steve and Larson with the Enforcer and Raymond Burr. Thanks for watching. Till next time, we'll talk to you later.
Goodbye.